In the sprawl of Night City, justice is a product. The corps write the laws, the gangs break them, and someone poor always pays the price. These are the stories of those crazy enough to fight back in court.
All right, welcome to a very special episode of Thunderleaf Games Plays Cyberpunk Red.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. We are not with you live tonight. We are pre-recording. Unfortunately, Mike's not going to be able to be here on our usual time, but finishing up this trial is just too important to leave unfinished up. So we are working on a little different night, different schedule, and just trying to bring you the consistent, great quality content that we just love to provide for you to watch, those that do. So thank you. And as always, please like, subscribe, share this with anybody. We definitely appreciate that support. We do want to shout out to some of the people that help make our stream possible. Even though we aren't sponsored by anybody at this point, we do want to thank those tools that help us out. So, of course, as always, Sirenscape providing our soundboard. Kevin McLeod from Incomtech.com. Just some great music work he does. All sorts of themes. There's something for everybody. So check that out, even if it's just for your own personal vibing. It's great. I think a couple of us have just listened to his music. So definitely check that out. As always, Foundry brings our virtual tabletop to life, and couldn't do this without our Talsorian Games and creators of Cyberpunk Red. So I think that covers our usual thank yous. And as always, we like to start with a question to kind of bring us into the game here a little bit. And we're going to kind of throw our own lives out to the public, as always. And we're going to go around and tell our favorite personal court stories, since we're having court here. And I'll go ahead and throw myself on the pyre first. So as always, I'm Donnie, and I'm not playing everybody's favorite medtech Scrawl. I'm playing one of the senior partners here of the prosecution, co-prosecutor. But my personal favorite is I once got pulled over for rolling through a stop sign, and because it was so low stakes, I decided I'm going to make the court waste time. And I went and I interrogated a cop on the stand at 19 years old, and it was beautiful.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So why don't we throw it around? Greg, I'm certain you've got some interesting stories.
You would think that. The only time I've been in court was for a fireworks charge. The ticketing incident was interesting. I had 3 squad cars descend on us while we were launching fireworks. One of them hopped the curb. I couldn't hear because I'd been blowing off fireworks all night. And so the cop, who was literally his first night on the force, he told us to stop. I didn't hear him, so I kept walking for him. Dude draws on me.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, whoa, buddy. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. You know, his captain comes over. He's like, hey, he's a rookie. Sorry about that. You know, here's your fireworks ticket. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm like, thanks, guys. Yeah, I went in. I'm like, yes, I lit off fireworks. You're like, okay, here's an illegal fireworks ordinance violation. I'm like, cool, thank you. I get out. My ex is like, you could have just pled that down to a noise violation. I'm like, you could have told me that before, you asshole.
To be fair, with them pulling a gun on you, you probably could have got off entirely.
I probably could have, but I was a goody two-shoes little kid who believed in the system and wanted to do it right, and look what that fucking got me.
All right, let's throw it around here. Amy, our resident biker.
Actually, I have not gotten in a lot of trouble. I have been to traffic court once, but I have been in court on the stand in a professional capacity. I was a social worker, so I did have to go to court for a case for a kid, and was put on the stand and questioned. So it sucks. It's a terrible thing. Yeah. Don't go to court, people.
All right, and now let's ask our federal employees to expose the reasons they're going to lose their security counsel.
Get those inquiries ready, guys.
Ray, what would you like to share about yourself?
I've never been to court.
What?
Never ever.
Not even as a juror?
No. I get called for jury duty like every 4 months. And I keep getting out of it. Yeah, I've never been to court at all. I've gotten one ticket in my entire life. It was a HOV violation. That's it.
Man, you bunch of goody two-shoes. All right, Mike, how are you going to lose your security clearance?
Yeah, it's been pretty boring, but I was in a car accident once and I got sued, and one of the things that someone sued me for was his wife wouldn't have sex with him anymore because of the accident. And that was on the lawsuit official paperwork.
That's amazing.
Okay, that takes a cake.
That wins,
Yeah.
like, hands down.
That wins for sure.
I thought, having a cop and shit. No, you win, sir.
I would probably print that out and frame it.
Yeah.
I ruined sex for this man.
Wow. That's just next level, dude.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That sounds like the made-up thing for this show.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, this is where this idea came from.
Ming Lee's taking notes over there.
That's funny. Yeah, we'd like to add another charge.
Oh my God, Mike, we should have done that for sure.
All right. Well, I think with that note, we'll kind of I'll just do a quick recap here. So obviously last week, the prosecution brought their case against Hopscotch to court over the case of the stolen belt buckle. And of course, Ray, being a vindictive person, decided to make it about murder and drugs and all sorts of fun things, and exposed all of Hopscotch's and the crew's dirty laundry in court, unfortunately.
Not all of them.
Yeah, there's definitely more, but yeah, and we ended after bringing Hopscotch to the stand, some surprise witnesses from Hopscotch's past, and of course the beautiful Ming Lee to the stand. We had the prosecution, I believe, rest their case to turn over to the defense was kind of where we left things, is it not?
I think so.
We did, well, I guess we are, before the prosecution rests today, we are adding the evidence that we just found,
Right,
which is the new audio evidence. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I believe Ming Lee was still on the stand, and Mr. Dimwitton was wrapping up his cross-exam. So I don't know if there's anything else he wanted to question her about there, or if she can step down and we can reveal some of the new evidence.
Oh, no, Your Honor. She is clearly too distraught at this point to continue questioning.
Yeah, I think Smitty will see that she is just incoherently sobbing. And
Incoherently faking, you mean?
yes.
No.
Donnie's on costume.
Yeah, I clearly can't be Ming Lee anymore.
All right. So the judge will take a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for that bit of recess there. We have had our technicians try to work on these recovered image frames that Mr. Dimwitton had requested. We were able to sharpen the photo a little bit, one of the still frames we recovered. And it is Hopscotch kind of standing menacingly behind a pretty damaged couch. So it's hard to see what she is kind of wearing or doing, as she's kind of looking down at the ground a little bit menacingly, covered in blood and, I believe, vomit. But they did... we were able to recover a little bit of audio. So that would be this audio.
We want him alive, right, guys?
Indifferent.
Why would we want alive? He's the one that we're shaking down.
Wait, no, yeah, this
Or
guy doesn't care.
anti-shaking down?
We can kill this guy. He's the shakedown guy, not the BD dealer.
In fact, probably better not to leave alive since they're already suing Hopscotch.
Okay. Well then, Cav's gonna shoot Saber.
You're the one with the belt?
Mind your business.
And there is the transcript if you need to see that.
See, I was wholly indifferent. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Cav's trying to sneak out of the courtroom.
And I believe the Miss Lee's side has some evidence they've recently come into possession of.
Correct, Your Honor.
Would you like me to play that now?
Please.
How did that work out for us last time when you stole that belt buckle there, Hopscotch?
It's still going great. I have not personally experienced consequences yet for that action.
How did...
That was a good one.
I'd like to ask the source of these audio recordings.
Sure. The first one was recovered as part of the video segment that you requested to be analyzed during our last session. And I believe Ms. Ming's attorneys can speak to the origin of the second audio clip we were playing.
Mr. Dimwitton, that is from a source that would like to remain anonymous.
Okay, well, I'm not particularly... we need to know if this evidence is legitimate evidence. I mean, for all I know, you could have run this through some voice filter. Had you Chooms,
Oh, you're more than
out.
welcome to have it checked, Mr. Dimwitton.
I absolutely plan to. Add this to the pile of evidence we need checked by a third party. And I'll let the guy know he's got more work.
Great. The court awaits the analysis from your third party. We will make a note. Are there any other witnesses or evidence you would like to present, Ms. Hasselbeck?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Volland, anything from you?
Oh, I feel my co-prosecutor has made our case quite convincingly, Your Honor. I think that the prosecution is happy to rest our case.
Excellent. Mr. Dimwitton.
I would like to submit for evidence some the footage from across the street, the surveillance footage from across the street showing an entirely different series of events from the one in the footage provided by the prosecution, and shuffling his papers.
Great. So you can, she will play that video, and it shows the two tiger claws outside of the noodle shop, kind of watching Cav, who is kind of surveilling outside as well. As Cav goes to enter the noodle shop, the tiger claws begin to follow her. The door closes. Shortly after that, some smoke begins to kind of fill the room and kind of sneak out through the cracks in the door.
Now, Yana, could you play the video submitted by the prosecution there, which they claim is the same incident?
Sure. And she will play that video following that, and that shows, again, Cav stopping the tiger claws and doing a search on them, arresting one of the male tiger claw while Hopscotch starts to savagely beat the other and steal her belt buckle, and then steals Officer Cav's gun and shoots the restrained tiger claw as they both run off.
Now, Yana, it's clear that at least one of these videos has been doctored. They both have the same timestamps. They're both surveilling the same area, and they show vastly different events. One of them shows something that lines up exactly with what Hopscotch, my client, and everybody who's part of her team has been saying. The other one lines up with what your known gang member and convicted criminal has been saying. And so I think until we have which video is verifiably the truth worked out, that we should not be moving forward until we have the actual evidence sorted out from the bullshit, as it were, Your Honor.
Just briefly, above the table, the first video took place inside the noodle shop, did it not?
Mm-mm.
The first one was outside.
It
In
was
the
outside
street.
as well. Okay. Sorry, that was my misunderstanding.
But your character said that you were inside and corroborated my story.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'd let the record show, Your Honor, that Ming Lee, the plaintiff in this case, did admit to being inside of the noodle shop when the events did transpire, and that does fall in line with the newly submitted video evidence, not in line with the prosecution's evidence, Your Honor.
Noted. And we will take any third-party analysis of the video into consideration when we are making our determination.
Now, if it please the court, I would like to call one. Who am I going to call first? Rat King to the stand. Now, there's a little bit of context for the individual you're about to meet, Your Honor. The Rat King is a well-known community organizer in the combat zone. He has a reputation for looking out for people in his community, especially for the youth. And my client, Hopscotch, did a little bit of business for him not too long ago, where she actually went into the hot zone herself. She put herself, again, in danger to rescue children that she'd never met before for Mr. Rat King here. And Mr. King will, I'm sure, love to answer any questions we have about that.
Sure. And they can lead in Mr. Rat King here.
Quick question, Mike.
Yes.
This is like an actual like calendar day later, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I would have called my sister, asked her to come. Like I would have people. I mean, it wouldn't make like a difference necessarily, but I would have called her. I would have asked for support. I would have, asked people to come and just be there with me.
Okay, yeah.
There is a lot of leather in the courtroom.
The courtroom is a little bit more packed today than it was pretty dead yesterday.
Yeah, the defendant there came along with their crew and served some time in the kitchen and helped locally. Did do some service, returned some local use that got up to no good.
I'd like to make an objection, Your Honor.
Yes, on what grounds?
The Rat King is in no way relevant to this case. This is a theft of a belt buckle, and good deeds done here with Mr. Rat King do not negate criminal activity.
Your Honor, the Rat King, Mr. Rat King here, is a character witness who is here to support our case that Hopscotch, as she is known in the community, is an upright member who has gone out of her way a number of times to help and protect, and that is entirely inconsistent with the case you're making against my client. Almost to the level, Ms. Hasselbeck, of defamation, I might add.
Let's make some. You guys want to do persuasion, bureaucracy?
Oh yeah, we're playing a game.
Yeah. You gotta gamify it a bit.
I would prefer bureaucracy.
Never mind. I was going to say, I'm not seeing my character here.
There's like 47 characters you got here.
Yeah, I know. Have all those crappy NCPD officers. What would we like to roll here?
Bureaucracy. Let's follow some procedure here.
Oh.
That's 27, Yana.
Oh no.
Oh.
Making up for last week.
Oh.
Your Honor, I'd like to object that the defense has clearly manipulated the system. No.
How shitty is Evelyn that you needed backup today? I mean, even Smitty didn't get a partner.
Yeah.
Just because you can't afford a partner, Smitty.
They're nervous. It's clear they're nervous. They're bringing in
Neither here nor
reinforcements.
Overruled.
All right, now, Mr. Ratking, now that we have that unfortunate distraction out of the way, can you tell me this hopscotch here? She came into your community. She saved the life of several youths and made your community a better place. She seemed like the sort of person to you who might commit what she's being accused of, this horrible, violent act of beating a restrained man and stealing his belt.
I'd like to claim the fifth. I'm trying to think what the Rat King actually witnessed here. He never probably witnessed her actually beat anybody. No.
All he saw is her come in and then go rescue some kids and get some scumbags off the street.
Shall we... What would Static have told him?
What would Static have told the Rat King?
Yeah, while he's working in the kitchen for a couple days.
I think Static probably told him, it was grimy and it was dirty and it was hard. I got shot a number of times, but we went in there and we saved those children. Hopscotch was badass she always is, stomping on people and tying them up. But yes, it was quite heroic.
All right. Well, with that little flashback of memory, the Rat King would be like, from reputation, I understand she kind of likes to, she is a muscular person, and I put the beat down on some criminals there in the crime zone and, restrained them up. Not typically known for killing, from what I understand in the crew, but he's a bit of a brawler, indeed. And respect a broad who can brawl,
I appreciate your testimony, Mr. Rat King. No further questions, Yana.
Miss Hasselbeck, your witness.
Mr. Rat King, how long have you known Miss Dinovich?
I mean, I've actually never spoken to her directly, in fact.
That's not true. I said
you have seen her though? You've met her in person?
Oh yeah, she came in with her crew.
Was she by chance wearing a lot of belts?
As a matter of fact, it was a pretty unique outfit. I'd have a hard time putting a number on how many belts she wore.
Yeah, that's something you'd say you wouldn't forget, that many belts, right? Somebody wearing that many is certainly not something you see every day.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've seen a lot of weird clothing choices here in Night City. I mean, just this morning I saw a person wearing a thong as a top, and that was it. And literally nothing else.
So just to reiterate, Mr. Rat King, you're saying you've never personally spoken to Miss Dinovich, and the time that you did see her, she had on an extraordinary amount of belts.
Yeah, that's about the extent of it, unfortunately. I mean, but they seem like good people. They brought the kid back.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rat King, you may step down. Mr. Dimwitten. Are there any other witnesses you would like?
I would like to call, can I get the truth? I'd like the truth up on the stand here.
Oh, this will be great.
Right? And the truth will take the stand.
This is why I got Donnie to be my co-prosecutor.
Oh, yeah. So
You needed help, Smitty.
you're not going to interrogate
defendants-
Cav yourself.
I was hoping you had like sock people.
Just change the hat.
I was thinking of having the vest and the wig, but no, Mr. Truth, could you tell me a little bit about yourself? Yeah, I'm a bit of a media. I like to get the truth out there. It's right there in my name, truth. It's what I do. And yeah, I've worked with Hopscotch and her crew a couple of times. They're honest folk. They do care about the truth, and not just me. They actually care about the concept of the truth. Mr. Truth, as you like to call yourself. Can you tell me about the last time you went out and worked with the Hopscotch here? Well, yeah, it's last time. Actually, no, I can't tell you about that. That was a little bit of a classified operation there. I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. But, I can tell you that she's really good at tying people up and stepping on them. All right, now, would you mind taking a look at this footage here, Mr. Truth? Now, you seem to be a bit of a subject matter expert on footage and all things related to tech and media. Is that correct? Would you say that's an accurate assessment? Yeah, I think that's probably about accurate. It's about the shape of it. Would you mind taking
which
a look?
video are you having him look at?
I want him to assess the first one that shows what did not actually happen.
All right,
Your
let's
Honor,
have.
the prosecution would like to object here. This witness has never been credentialed as an expert in the field of video analysis.
I think my body of work will speak for itself there, son.
Could you speak to a publication? You've been involved with uncovering manipulation of footage?
I've been in the Scream Sheets for about 15 years, so my name's all up and down there. I was there for the Akari bust, where we found some insider trading. I was there for the... let's see, which one else was there? There was the Megacorp. They called themselves Megacorp. I thought they'd succeed with that, but that was another insider trading. I busted open a smaller optics company. I can't recall the name of them off the top of my head right now. For a little bit of industrial espionage, they tried to step on some of Kuroshi's designs, and I was able to suss that out. I think my body of work, prosecutor, speaks for itself.
It sure does as an investigative journalist, but certainly not as a video manipulation expert. Your Honor, I think you can uphold this.
Except
Yeah, let's do some bureaucracy again. Let's see how the judge is feeling today.
Yeah, Anna, I think the amount of time my witness here has spent working on and producing videos speaks to his ability to work on them. But let's get a roll. Something's making me feel good about this.
Our case is falling apart, Red.
We are doing so good. These are
do you want a bureaucracy from Smitty or the truth?
Smitty.
All right.
Should have stuck with just
That's
the
a
belt.
17.
You're the one that brought up all the other shit.
I'd like to get his opinion on these video clips.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Your Honor. Yeah, let me.
Let's have basic tech on the.
I was thinking photography film.
Yeah, that's even better. Let's do it.
All right. It's 21. So
All right.
he is looking to see for any signs of fake forgery or manipulation in the initial video that was submitted.
All right. Right. So It is very well done. But there is a small little jostle in one of the faces that doesn't quite line up.
Oh no, this is fake right here. Check this out, Your Honor. Come here. And he's gonna kind of take the data pad and lean over to the judge. And check this out right here. See this guy's face right here? Look, he's got a mustache here, and then he doesn't have it, and then he does again. This video's been doctored.
Very interesting.
I mean, I recommend, since this is a court of law, I recommend you have your people look at that too. But now you know where to have them look, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you for your analysis. Mr. Dimwit, any further questions?
Yeah, Mr. Truth there. So what you're telling me is that video is, in your expert opinion, absolutely has been manipulated. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct there. Sorry, had a bit of a brain fart for a minute there. I forgot I was in court. I was thinking about truthy things. I appreciate that, Mr. Truth. Mr. Truth, I appreciate that. Now, no further questions at the moment, Yana.
All right, Mr. Volland, Ms. Hasselbeck, any questions?
Actually, fuck, I just remembered I did have more questions.
We'll allow it.
I appreciate that. Now, would you take a look at this other video here, Mr. Truth? And he'll have him look at the one from across the street.
All right.
Photography.
Same thing. Let's do the photography film.
That's an 18 this time?
I was really hoping for a crit fail. Yeah, it looks to be a legit thing. There's no audio on this recording, but there's no hallmarks of it being edited.
No, this video right here, this looks to be real. I mean, there's everything's consistent. There's no jumps or jostles or glitching. This one appears to be real. So I mean, if I was looking to see what the actual truth of this incident was, the one that hasn't been manipulated to me looks like the truth. Thank you, Mr. Truth. I appreciate that. Now I have no further questions. All right.
Well, since
right.
Our witness is an accredited expert in this content, perhaps he'd like to also verify the content of the recent added evidence of these 2 audio transcripts we've received, since we are quite confident in them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a look, see what I can see in those. And, yeah. Photography film again?
Yeah, we can do the same.
That's a 17 on the first one.
All right. So that recovered audio fragment from the sharpened video still is pretty nice work to recover a quite damaged file, but does not be edited beyond obviously missing frames and sections of it, but
So it's a solid recovery job. I mean, I probably would have tweaked the colors a little different myself, but no, it's a solid recovery job. Looks legit. Doesn't look doctored at all, except what you'd expect for in a recovery. But it doesn't look like they changed anything from the data they were trying to repair.
Well, thank you. In the second piece of evidence.
There you go. There you go. That's a 6. I'm back, baby.
Well, we had
It was a good run.
We had a good run.
Yeah, so this one, how do you think he would interpret this with his crit fail? How do you want him to read this? So this would be the one in the warehouse. With you guys talking about hopscotch and the belt.
I think the way he crit fails this is, now this sounds like this is a private recording. I'm not touching that. No. That's a private recording. I'm not doing anything like that. I've touched stuff like that before. I'm not getting anywhere near that, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Truth, being a investigative journalist, I'm certain you're familiar that Night City is a one-party state where a private recording is allowed and legal. and admissible, obviously, in a court of law.
Now, you might have allowed and legal and admissible. Those are all a far fucking cry from right, boy.
Interesting. And maybe you can speak to how you discovered this information we found in your recent expose of Biotechnica.
Again, I plead the fifth. You asshole.
Well played, sir.
That was very good.
Well played.
Did Scrawl sell me out?
No, he published it.
I don't see exactly what my job at Biotechnica has to do with this case here.
Well, we're just curious. I mean, you seem to be comfortable with one-sided investigating and recording of parties without their consent and knowledge. So I'm curious why one would be acceptable and the other not.
Well,
It does speak to your credibility as a reference for Miss Scotch or Miss whatever her last name is, because I can't keep track of names apparently.
One of these is a corporation.
Because I like.
A corporation ain't a person. Corporation ain't got no rights. Corporations are trying to steal your rights and mine. The other one, that's the home of a group of people. That's a sacred place. In my mind, the way I look at it, it gives me credibility. The fact that I know that line.
It's interesting that you say this is a place. I know you've visited this location this was recorded in. I imagine you're quite aware that multiple businesses operate out of this location.
I'm sorry. How do you know I've been where I've been?
Well, we're very familiar with the defendant here, and unfortunately, yeah, we are familiar that there are multiple businesses, and you being such a close acquaintance, you would certainly be familiar with that, as you know it's their location of residence as well.
I don't see anything wrong with running a business from the place you live.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we understood the consistency here of recording in a business versus recording in a corporation.
Business and a corporation are different. Now, a corporation's this big, monolithic thing that's out there to suck the lifeblood out of this city. Corporations out there to squeeze the marrow out of every last person. Corporations are there to bleed us dry. They're vampires. Business,
Your Honor,
commerce.
this witness clearly shows
I'm not done talking. I'm not done talking. You gave me
Your
a
Honor,
microphone,
I'd
Your
like
Honor.
permission
I am
to
going to
treat the
condemn the
witness
fucking
as hostile.
corpos. I am going to condemn the corpos because that is the truth.
Sir, please control your outbursts. This is getting a little off topic here.
Your Honor, the prosecution moves to strike the witness's record here. They clearly show clear bias, and this would sway their analysis of the evidence clearly against the organization of the Tiger Claws.
I don't think there's any business striking this. This case here has nothing to do with corporations or anything like that. The witness here, he's a very passionate person, but I don't think that we should discount his expert testimony because of his passions.
Let's do a bureaucracy roll. We are going to do a -1 on Smitty there for the outburst.
$15.
Uh,
24 for Mr.
Volan. Very, very well, Mr. Volan. We will definitely view his analysis with a skeptical eye here, and we will strike his testimony.
Oh man, this court's clearly bought by the corpse. This court's corrupt, y'all. This court's corrupt. This has been a miscarriage of justice. This is absolutely an outrage, Your Honor. Bailiffs should take it up. No, this is outrage. The truth will stand. The truth will stand.
As he is dragged out, screaming about the
probably
truth.
by Hopscotch's sister.
I was just like, Natasha, take him down. Hopscotch is full, like, head in hands at the desk.
Mr. Dimwit, any other relevant witnesses.
Yeah, Your Honor, I would like to call. I'd like to call Jimmy Two Thumbs to the stand, please.
All right.
Jimmy Two Thumbs is a technician at a local bar that Hopscotch and her friends have been known to help out around. They protected the bar from a violent gang attack and saved countless lives of the patrons there. They've done community outreach there. One of the members of their group performs music for free there as a community service. Upstanding citizens all.
Excellent. So Jimmy will sit down and kind of like wave with his two thumbs over at Hopscotch. Happy to be here and answer whatever I can for you.
Mr. Two Thumbs, tell me about your relationship with the defendant here, Hopscotch.
Yeah, she is a acquaintance of my good friend Static. They come into the bar all the time, help out. You know, they stopped us from being overrun with these psycho clowns, so that was quite appreciated. But otherwise, they helped us get some stolen stuff back. You know, they've been pretty helpful.
Helpful. Tell me a little bit more of this violent clown incident. Could you tell me a little bit about how what Hopscotch did in that event?
She definitely a brawler. Got some swings in on some of these bozos here, and restrained quite a few. Ended up stealing, I think, a belt to do so, but generally that gave some time for people to get out with their lives, so that was something.
Restraint. Now, you said she did procure something in the field to restrain an individual, but she restrained a violent gang member who is trying to assault innocent civilians. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, Your Honor, let the record show that we have another witness saying that Hopscotch, Ms. Dinovich, has taken belts, yes, but only to save people. She has a track record here of taking belts to prevent the loss of life and to reduce harm. Now, Mr. Two Thumbs, have you ever seen Hopscotch demean or berate or try and humiliate anyone?
Not that I can recall, although her and her friends were involved in stringing someone up on the ceiling once.
I'm sorry. Could you go into a little more detail about that?
Yeah, there was someone who was giving them a hard time and ended up tied to our ceiling in the bar.
Was that the night of the brawl?
I believe it may have been.
Okay. Was this before or after the brawl?
I believe it was before the brawl.
Okay. Did you have any information about this individual?
No, they came in with him, and I'm not entirely sure what his involvement with them was.
Okay. But you did not see Hopscotch. Was Hopscotch the one who did the restraining up into the ceilings?
I don't know who did the actual restraining. I did just see them come in with him, and then I went in the back, and a bit later he was up on the ceiling.
Oh, so you don't even know if they actually strung him up. He could have asked them to suspend him. There are people who enjoy being suspended.
I mean, I guess that's possible.
Okay, so it's within the realm of possibility that the gentleman who you saw suspended asked to be there. You don't have any proof that my client put him there against his will.
No, it doesn't look comfortable, but I don't want to yuck anyone's yum.
I appreciate that. That's an admirable outlook, Mr. Two Thumbs. No further questions, Yana.
Mr. Volland, it is your witness.
I'll leave this to my partner.
Mr. Two Thumbs, the gentleman that was strung up from the rafters, was he conscious?
When he was up on the rafters, he was mostly not.
Mostly not. Would you say, in fact, he was mostly dead?
That is a possibility as well. I did not go up and check for a pulse.
Okay. So would you say it's quite impossible to ask to be put up on the rafters if you are, in fact, mostly dead?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you are dead, it is hard to ask for
Objection,
things.
Your Honor. I'd like to cite a piece of classical film evidence where somebody who claimed to be mostly dead did talk. I saw a hollow of that the other day. It's a known phenomenon.
I think Hop thought
Objection, Your Honor. That is a phenomenal movie, but that is a movie.
Yeah,
it is fiction-based.
Overruled on that one, but I do appreciate the cinematic eye.
Mr. Two Thumbs, did you take down the gentleman who was strung from the rafters?
I did.
Was he, in fact, all the way dead at that point?
Yes, he was.
He was. So you're saying he could have had help, but because Miss Dinovich and her crew, her gang, strung this gentleman up, it led to his death?
That is a possibility. He definitely did not get any medical aid while he was up there.
I see. I know there was a lot going on that evening, Mr. Two Thumbs, but we did have a witness. There was a lot of fire. There was a lot of synth coke, I'm told.
Not being sold or
yes.
stored in our bar.
That was thrown in by the bozos.
What pedestrians, what patrons do, yeah, and the bozos, you know.
We did have a witness already state that his belt was stolen by Miss Dinovich that night. Did you by chance see that happen?
Yes.
You did. So she did take the belt.
She did take the belt to restrain the psychopathic clown.
But it was taken without permission, correct?
Yes. I mean, she could have had a conversation, but I did not see it. There were a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No other questions, Your Honor.
All right. And Jimmy can step down.
I do have one question for the judge and the prosecution. In case of emergency, would you want the firefighter to try and ask you if he could cut your shirt if you were passed out? Or would you want him to just cut your shirt? Would you want the cop?
It's irrelevant, Your Honor. We're not on trial here.
This is a question for everybody. It's my client was simply doing what was necessary in an emergency.
Your Honor, no one here on the prosecution or yourself are on the stand. These questions should not be permitted.
Yeah, you can add this to your closing statement, sir.
I apologize. This is I am still learning. This is my first trial.
I turn back to Tosh and I'm just like,
he's pretty great.
Oh my gosh.
just need you to.
Is she in the back like?
Smitty looks back.
Oh my gosh.
Gives her a wink.
Having heard about day one, she would not be laughing anymore. She'd be pretty pissed about everything.
Yeah, I'd like to call a one forklift to the stand.
Right, and forklift can take the stand.
Now forklift. Yeah, could you describe to me how you know my client, Miss Dinovich, Hopscotch, as she's known?
Yeah, I've known Hop her entire life. From the time she was this big, we have several tribes that are real close, work together, always have, always will, and known her whole family.
Now, if you could use one word to describe Miss Hopscotch, Hop, as you call her, what would that be?
certainly could say a lot about Hop. I would say loyal above anything else. That is one loyal gal.
Okay, now we had another witness in here yesterday, Mr. Shadow, and he made some pretty disparaging remarks about my client. My client refutes those remarks and says that they were, in fact, things that Shadow himself did. Would you mind telling me about your history with one Mr. Shadow? I'd like to avoid tainting your testimony. So just tell me what comes to mind.
Don't worry, I'm not going to go psycho like that last guy.
Well, he was something else, wasn't he? I gotta do better about vetting my witnesses.
You city people. You city people really just don't know how to keep it together. Look, Shadow is absolutely the worst of the worst. He's in my tribe. I've known that boy since, again, he was this big, and there are things that we discovered that, long story short, he is not welcome back, and he never will be. Some terrible things that we learned that he did.
Now, from my understanding, to get exiled from a group of nomad tribes, that's a pretty serious offense. You got to do something pretty horrible. How many exiles have you seen in your time with the nomads, your whole life, as it were?
Between the 3 tribes that, we worked together, Shadow was the second my whole life.
You would say he's not something you could call a reliable witness.
He's not a reliable anything.
Okay. Would you mind sharing with the court what it was that you found Shadow doing?
I heard that he was running drugs and trafficking people, and I went into his trailer and found about all the evidence you could ever possibly need to prove all of these horrible things. I went in with a few of the other elders, and we looked around and just found some pretty terrible things.
Irrefutable proof that Shadow was the one running the drugs. Who brought this to your attention?
H. Hop called and told me what had happened.
H. Hopscotch, correct? I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Now, was Hopscotch a member of... Don't know where that came from. Was Hopscotch a member of the same tribe as Shadow, or a different tribe?
No, sir. Shadow and I... Well, Shadow was. I'm a Jinxie. Hopscotch's terraformer.
All right, so she wouldn't have been able to plant evidence or set up the scene in a different camp after she alerted you, right?
No, she was laid up. I couldn't see her for... it was almost 2 months. She almost died from that incident.
What incident would that be, Mr. Forklift?
Well, she's pretty tight-lipped. It's hard to talk about such difficult things. I'm sure you could understand that.
Of course.
But she confronted him when she realized all of these terrible things that he was doing, and he damn near took her out of this world. Just violently attacked her, gut her from tip to tails, and left her there to die, right in the middle of the desert.
So what you're telling me is that yesterday Shadow came in here and laid out a litany of accusations against Hopscotch here, saying she was the one running drugs. She was the one who assaulted him. What you're saying, with having no former knowledge of the conversations we had yesterday, is that everything that he is accusing my client of, he is actually guilty himself of. To the point where 3 elders of different nomad tribes, all respected in their own right, decided unequivocally to remove him from their community, their lifeblood. They kicked him out.
That is correct.
You've seen that twice. And I'm guessing, what, 35 years?
Bless you, sir. I'm 47.
In 47 years, you've seen it twice.
That is correct.
No further questions, Yana.
Mr. Volin, your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. And well, we appreciate your testimony here today, Forklift. So if you could just confirm for us here, what was the defendant's relationship with Shadow before this falling out?
They were friends. They grew up together for the most part, did a lot of runs, working colleagues, just partnered up a lot, did a lot of the runs together.
Interesting. Okay, so partners in their operations. And you said that when Hopscotch and Mr. Shadow had a falling out, it ended violently due to the accusations of misdeeds during their partnership involving running and things such as this. We've understood, correct?
Correct. Shadow was running drugs behind everyone's back.
With his partnership, during his time with his partnership with the defendant, correct?
I beg pardon, sir, but you could let a passenger in your car and that person can put whatever they want in the back seat without you knowing.
And
I would be careful how you'd use the word car.
That was your word, Mr. Forklift, in fact. And as well, as I'm sure you're aware, when it's your car, when you let them in, you are also responsible for what's in that car. Being a nomad, you'd of course be very aware of that.
I assure you that Tildy was very quick to chastise that incident once she learned of the misgivings and made real quick to try to handle and cease all of those terrible operations.
I'm certain she was, but in fact, I think we have no further questions now that we've understood that this partnership, while drugs were being run, was taking place. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time, sir. You are dismissed.
You feel good about yourself, Donnie?
Terrible. I'm not.
I love watching the conflicting emotions as you guys jump between sides.
This is so much fun.
Physically hurt.
Yes.
Mr. Dimwitton.
I'd like to call one Officer Bailey Cavalry Young to the stand.
And there goes Cav's career.
Yeah. It was a good run.
It is a civil trial. You don't have to.
Just go the route of the
thank
truth.
you.
I plead the fifth. Recap.
Blame the noodles on H. She'll take one for the team with the noodles.
Oh, she's not, that's not Cav, dude.
Thank you for your time, officer. Mr. Dimwitton.
Your Honor.
I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come down here, officer, and I appreciate everything you do for this city. Max Tech is
Thank you,
that's
sir.
some no fucking around shit. You guys are real hard asses, ain't you?
Yes, sir.
And tell me, if you are you a bit of an adrenaline junkie, Cav? Cav, is that okay if I call you that, Officer Young?
Certainly, sir. I guess a little bit. You have to be a Max Tech.
I would imagine. I mean, that's got to be a very high adrenaline kind of profession, right? I mean, nothing could compare to the adrenaline rush of jumping out of an AV, assault rifle in hand, fully decked out in armor, going down to take on some sort of threat. I mean, that's got to be a one of a kind adrenaline rush. Am I right?
It is its own feeling, that's for sure.
And So if that's the kind of adrenaline rush that you're used to, if that's the kind of thing that you signed up for Max Tech to protect us, yes, but also I'm sure to get some adrenaline. Would you be?
I mean, not primarily for the adrenaline. No, that's
Obviously, no. You're here to save people. You're here to save people.
yes.
I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
that's. I figured I didn't have to cover that. You're at Max Tech. You're a hero. We don't need to cover that.
I wouldn't go that
I
far.
would.
Sir.
I would. You're a hero. You put your life on the line to save others. That's definition of a hero, right?
Thank you, sir.
Puts a life on the line to save others. Now, you don't seem the type. You seem very you seem to respect the rules. You seem to respect your job very much so. And I mean, who wouldn't? You're a hero, like we've established. Let's take a look at this footage here, and why don't we go through this footage, and you can tell me everything that's wrong. This is adopted footage that the prosecution has submitted, and we've had it established already that this footage is doctored. So why don't you walk us through this doctored footage here and point out all the things that they doctored in here that are outside of procedure or policy?
Oh, well, that are outside of policy, or just what's wrong with the footage in general?
Let's do first, then the other.
Okay. Well, outside of procedural policy, firstly, the search and seizure here is illegal, so that would never happen. Second, Hopscotch is not on NCPD or Max Tech, so she wouldn't be allowed to partake in a search and seizure, even if it were legal. Thirdly, with more than one, I guess you'd say, assailant here, we don't go in alone. We always go in as a team, and there are no other NCPD or Max Tech officers on site. My firearm is also always secure. It cannot be taken out of my holster easily. Not to put anything against Hopscotch, but she wouldn't be able to get my gun off me. I mean, she's awesome.
It's a level
but...
3 retention holster, correct? It can only be manipulated by the operator to release a firearm.
Correct, sir.
Would you demonstrate that for us here?
If the court would allow.
Yeah.
Would the court allow her to bring a firearm into court?
She is an officer, so she is technically allowed.
So I guess I would stand up. Mr. Dimwitten, would you like to try to?
Yeah. I'll see what I could do, and Smitty will go in there and try aggressively to get your pistol out of the that level 3 holster. I can't get it. I mean, I could maybe if I stood right behind you and gave you a bear hug, but I don't want to get that close to the officer.
That's smart.
Mom always said I'm a smart boy. So as you can see, it is impossible for the pistol the prosecution is alleging was at the scene and was used. It's impossible for a third party to remove the pistol. Only Officer Young could do that. Now you said you had some other commentary on the video, Officer Young. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, this incident didn't take place outside. It did take place in the noodle shop.
Further corroborating both the statements of Ms. Dinovich and the statement of Ms. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Continue.
While I'm not sure how the second assailant became deceased, I am sure that it was not from Hopscotch.
How are you sure of that?
Well, he was shot, Your Honor, and Hopscotch does not shoot people.
Now, that's been a well-established fact throughout these proceedings, that Hopscotch does not use firearms. She goes out of her way to restrain and detain. You've worked with Hopscotch outside of your work for NCPD for a little while now. Would you say that's accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you also say it's accurate that she, much like yourself, puts herself in harm's way for the good of others, without so much as a thought to her own safety?
If the others were children, I would say without a doubt. If they're people,
This is Night City. I mean, that's about as heroic as you're gonna get.
yeah.
Oh, I just had one and I freaking lost it. Oh, Officer Young, you Nope, I lost it.
Are you feeling all right, Mr.
I'm
Doolittle?
sorry. I seem to have a lot of different
Stress
voices
is
in my
breaking
head
him.
today. I'm getting lost a little easily. No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Excellent. Mr. Volland, it is your witness.
Officer Young, we appreciate you taking the time of your heroic schedule to corroborate evidence here with us. Perhaps you can clarify, since you were at this incident, how the defendant's acquaintance did end up dead in this incident.
Again, I'm not 100% certain, Mr. Voland. I do know that he was shot. And again, Hopscotch doesn't even carry a firearm, so...
Interesting. And was anybody else in the noodle shop at the time of this incident?
Yes, sir. There were quite a few people. It was, I believe, lunchtime.
Interesting. And did any of those people carry weapons?
There were other people shooting, yes, sir.
Interesting. And were those people part of Hopscotch's gang?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Interesting. I see. And we do know that the killing wound here did come from a pistol, matching similar to what you would carry as a service weapon. Do you care to comment on how that would have occurred?
Well, I believe it came from a heavy pistol, which, as you probably know, Mr. Volan, most people in Night City carry.
Certainly. I mean, defense is, of course, important. But you're saying that throughout this whole incident, where between the assailants, alleged assailants, following you into this well-established lunch place that's quite busy, you have no idea how they ended up dead. I mean, that seems like that's within your normal scope of duty. I mean, you're usually handling cyber.
Oh, no, well, again, sir, I do know how he ended up dead. He was shot. I'm just not certain.
Only one body.
What grounds?
The inaccurate testimony by the prosecutor. He keeps saying there were multiple bodies. Only one person ended up dead.
No, I keep asking how the victim died. And unfortunately, our highly trained Max Tech officer is unaware of this situation. Officer Young, you do understand it is crucial that we rely on Max Tech honorable testimony here.
Absolutely, sir. Again, I do know that he was shot. I'm just not certain who he was shot
Could that
by.
have possibly been because of the smoke pouring out of the building that we can see in the unedited footage?
There was quite a bit of smoke, sir.
Yes, and you obviously being an expert in procedure, is it common for a officer to leave the scene of a shooting?
Well, sir, I was not on duty. I was just having lunch. So while I was a witness and involved in the incident, I filed my paperwork and went about my afternoon. I was not an officer on duty.
Interesting. And would you mind reading that paperwork here for the court? I'm certain we have access to those documents.
Absolutely.
And you can make up anything you'd like there.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure that was already sent in the discovery.
Yeah, you can definitely pull up the police report, which corroborate that there was an assault, an attempted assault by Ming Lee and her friend on Officer Young, and it is being investigated by a Lieutenant Brasso. The criminal case is pending.
And Young, can you please describe your relationship with the defendant?
She's a very good friend.
Good friend. And have you recently been working together? Would you say you've had any recent adventures together, or ventures in Night City that you'd be more familiar with them and how they operate?
I mean, we go to roller derby once a week.
Interesting. And Officer Young, how would you say that the defendant's belt did end up in your friend's possession? As I'm sure you've seen it upon them, since we've clearly established that it was in their possession.
Well, again, I wasn't the arresting officer, so I'm not certain how items that were on Miss Lee got lost in transit. I was just out for noodles.
Yeah. And about those noodles, did at some point in there, did those noodles end up draped across the persecution's face? Hot from the
there were
boiling
noodles
stove.
everywhere. I mean, everywhere. There were bowls flying. There was sauces flying. It was a mess. There was smoke everywhere. There was fire. There was so much yelling, sir. So much yelling, and so much gunfire. I believe the gentleman that did pass from his gunshot wounds, he had an assault rifle, and he was just opening fire. Just all willy-nilly in the noodle shop. And as you've seen, sir, it is a very small noodle shop, so he was hitting pretty much everything.
Interesting. And is it often common procedure that once a victim is restrained that they somehow end up shot after that point?
Oh, no, sir. No. Once the victim is restrained, if a NCPD officer or Max Tech officer is there, they will not end up shot once restrained.
Then how did he end up restrained and shot?
He was not restrained, sir. He was just shot.
Would the report corroborate that as well, Mike?
Yeah, I think it does. I think he was. I think she was restrained. I don't think he was.
Oh, okay.
Correct. I watched it earlier.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't watch it thoroughly enough, apparently.
Actually, Static shot him, which is crazy.
Yeah. Actually, Static hopscotched him, which is even crazier.
All right. Well, one last question, which is crucial to hinging on this case, as I'm sure we're all aware, this civil case is in regards to the illegal possession of the belt taken from our client. Can you just, for the record, state again that you have observed Hopscotch in possession of the belt in question?
I have.
Yes. And on that note, no further questions, Your Honor.
God
Excellent.
damn you.
Stupid honest officers.
Oh, I'm not even mad about it. It's fine.
I'm mad at myself for forgetting my damn questions.
Mr. Jimwin, any further witnesses?
Yeah, I have. I'd like to call Lyra Deacon, the waitress
I like that he doesn't know.
from the noodle shop. I'm trying to pick. I got a big list here.
You have a big list.
Lyra Deacon from the noodle shop. I'd like to call her to the stand, please.
Yes, and she will come and take the stand.
Miss Deacon, you're a waitress at the noodle shop that this incident took place in. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And have you seen any my client before, or anybody in her friend group?
Gang?
Objection, Your Honor. I would like it if the prosecution could refrain from
I'm
attacking
sorry,
the
Your
defense.
Yes, they've been in a couple times.
Have they ever caused problems for you?
No, they were there. Well, I mean, they were there during the incident, and that was quite a problem. We lost a lot of good plates and decorations that day.
From what I understand, noodles were flying everywhere. Would you mind telling me, from your point of view, first, have you heard any of the testimony to this point?
I've heard a little bit of what we were talking today.
Okay, that's okay. Why don't you tell me, from your point of view, what happened on the day in question?
Sure. So the officer comes in, and closely followed by two individuals who then open fire on her, and then one of the defendant's friends threw a smoke grenade, and from there it started to get pretty hectic, and I kind of lost sight of a lot of it.
Okay, I want to ask some
through the
clarifying
smoke
questions
and running
here.
from the bullets.
I am so sorry
Sure.
you had to go through that. That sounds like a horrible and traumatic and all too common event in Night City here. But I would like to ask a couple of clarifying questions here. Now, you say the officer walked in. But was she alone? Was she meeting her friends here?
Looked like she was going to meet some friends that were seated at a table.
Okay. So she walked in. You didn't see her engaging with these two Tiger Claws, these two known gang members outside the establishment. She just walked in?
Mm-hmm.
And then following her, these two armed gang members came into your restaurant and opened fire, and with the attempt, it seems to you, to targeting Ms. Young here.
That is what I saw
And
before
then-
I had to dive for cover.
And then my defendant here and her friend group leapt into action again, putting themselves in harm's way to protect that honorable NCPD officer. Is that what happened?
Yes. Yes.
I got one more question. How do they tip?
They were all right. One of their friends snuck off, but the other guys tipped pretty well.
No further questions, Yana.
Mr. Volland.
I appreciate you being here today. I'm sure this was quite the traumatic event for you as well as our client. You've indicated that the officer was followed in by two armed individuals. The officer's friends at the table, were they themselves armed, perhaps with long rifle weapons, or?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see.
Because Grawl got scolded for not bringing his guns with him the one time he went out into public without them.
So we didn't. We had pistols. That was it.
Yeah, Grawl didn't. Grawl doesn't own a pistol.
Oh. Scroll out some smoke grenades.
So many.
Yeah, they were definitely armed. They definitely used them, so they all were armed well.
Certainly. And you said it was, I mean, obviously this was a chaotic event. Are you certain that the defendant here, or my victim here, client, that's the word I'm looking for, was firing first, and it wasn't perhaps that the group here may not have thrown a grenade at them first or anything else?
It happened so quick, it's really hard to tell if the shooting started or the grenade started first.
That's certainly understandable. I mean, in those kind of chaotic events, I'm sure your first reaction was to get out of cover and out of line of sight, of course, and
Absolutely.
probably weren't watching these events very closely as you fled.
No.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I certainly am glad you were unharmed in this violent exchange. But I think we can establish that a violent event happened, Your Honor, and that's probably about the most we can take from this witness. No further questions.
All right. She can step down. Mr. Dimwin, is there anyone else you would like to call? Or does the defense rest?
No further witnesses, Yana.
All right. Let us... Great. So we will proceed to our closing arguments. Ms. Hasselbeck, Mr. Volland?
All right, Your Honor. You've heard the testimony. You've seen the evidence. Now it's time to hold this defendant accountable. This is not merely a story of stolen goods or unlawful transactions. This is a pattern of behavior. This is deliberate, calculated life of crime. The defendant didn't simply stumble into this situation. She walked into it, eyes wide open, trading integrity for greed, conscience for power, and life itself for profit. Let's begin with the murder accusations. We may not have a murder weapon with fingerprints, but we certainly have circumstantial evidence that tells its own haunting story. The timing, the location, the motive. This isn't coincidence. This is consequence. Now consider the drug charges. Multiple witnesses and victims verifying the defendant's role in the destruction of lives and a community clinic. This was not dabbling on the fringe. This was a dealer, poisoning the community, exploiting the vulnerable, and raking in cash while others suffered. Finally, for the theft charges, the evidence is not just compelling, Your Honor, it is irrefutable. Surveillance footage, audio, multiple witness testimonies all point to the same individual. This was not a desperate act. This was planned, executed, and repeated. We ask you to see the whole picture, not just the fragments designed to confuse or mislead. The defense may try to cast doubt, but doubt is not a fog that blinds reason. It is a lens through which clarity emerges, and the clarity here is simple. This woman is guilty. Justice cannot be served by looking the other way. It must be delivered with strength, with courage, with the moral conviction that wrongdoers must face the consequences of their actions. This woman stole this belt. She did not deny it, and nor did her counsel prove otherwise. You have the power, Your Honor. You have the truth in your hands. Let it guide you to the only verdict justice demands. Guilty on all counts.
For a fucking
Still
vote.
just the one count of belt, right?
Right?
Also, I love you.
Yeah.
That's all. You're really
That was amazing. All right, now I have to follow
Certainly
that.
get the
So
counsel
fuck
you pay for.
I mean, I'm gonna give you the 1,000 eddies.
Right.
For that performance. But it's
That's
still
not
the
bad, eh?
one charge of belt, right?
One charge of belt.
The drug thing, not a thing.
Well, as it came clear, the criminal charges are still under review.
They're pending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure Cav loved hearing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. There's audio of her going, let's kill the
Yeah.
guy. That's not
That's
good.
not good, no.
In the official record.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. All I have to say.
Yeah, here's indifferent. Yeah, that was great, Hopscotch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Ms. Hasselbeck. Mr. Dimwitten.
That's a fancy speech there, Miss Hasselbeck. I got to give you credit for that. That was moving. The sort of stuff you see in the hollows. Unfortunately, this here's the real world, and it's not so cut and dry. It's not so black and white as that. Has Miss Dinovich here led a life of color? Absolutely. Absolutely she has. But you know what that's done? That's given her the perspective to actually see the humanity in everybody here in this city. Because Night City, it's a dirty, stinking mess. You can't come into this city and stay clean. Nobody can. It's impossible. This city gets on your soul the second you get in here. But Miss Dinovich here, she stands out in the city because she has put herself ahead she has put herself in places of danger. She has put herself in places of risk to help others. Yes, she might have taken a belt, but she did that to prevent a known violent criminal from perpetrating a mass shooting. Miss Dinovich stopped a mass shooting. She walked towards somebody who was open firing an assault rifle in a diner and did what she had to do to end that threat without ending life. Now, Your Honor, does that sound like the sort of person who's a problem? Somebody who puts herself in harm's way and then makes the decision. Yeah, sure, she could kill the guy. He's opening fire on a Max Tech officer. She'd be perfect. She'd be celebrated as a hero. She killed this guy. But no, what she does is she looks around. She says, what can I do to prevent a loss of life? Even though this motherfucker's in there trying to kill a cop and her friend. She says, what can I do to make sure this guy doesn't die? And yeah, she did. She took the belt. I admitted that. She admitted that. She did it to save the life of a public servant.
It's his first trial, you know?
Yeah.
It's his first. And he's paying. He's paying for all of it.
And so, Your Honor, I ask that you look at this trial, yes, through the bigger lens, through the bigger picture. Is my client Hopscotch? Is she more of a threat or more of a boon to this city? Are her actions improving the lives of Night City citizens, the very citizens you swore to protect? Or is she making it worse? I think the testimony today from our community, from her nomad community, from total strangers, from Max Tech officers, everybody agrees. Hopscotch goes out of her way to protect, to keep people alive, and to help people. And if that's the kind of person you want to punish, Your Honor, well, I hope you own a mirror. The defense rests.
So season 2 is going to be us hunting down Smitty for the 14 eddies, or for the 14,000 eddies. I've
think
never heard of a defense's closing statement admitting.
I got
Interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for you.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
I mean, look, they've got her dead to rights. We took the fucking belt. We have the belt. That's not in question here.
My belt forever now.
All I can do is damage control. And how much damage I cause, that's part of control.
There you go.
But it was stolen for a purpose.
That was the point I was making. She did do this, but to detain somebody so that nobody was getting killed.
Awesome. And I think we will pick up
No.
in our next season with the verdict.
Next season. Oh, so that sounds like we've got an announcement then, folks.
Dude.
So yeah, we are going to be taking a short break from Cyberpunk while the jury deliberates. I know there's no jury in Night City, but it's what came to mind. We are taking a short break from Cyberpunk. Donnie is going to be running us through a bit of a special short shot campaign while Mike gets season 2 of Thunderleaf Plays Cyberpunk ready. Hopefully we'll have a name by then.
Yeah, and dealing with the fallout.
Yeah, if you do have an idea for a name,
Hopefully we're not in prison.
Yeah, that could be interesting. That's unique gameplay. Gonna have to come up with some prison homebrew. Toilet wise.
Yeah, I think the prosecution would move that the defendant be held until remediation is made, just to be clear. Not believing Smitty has that 14K.
Oh, dude.
I think we
that's
could
a
talk
sick
it
offer.
down because it still just comes down to the belt, which was only worth $1,000. I think we could talk it down. I don't think we need to pay more.
I don't know. I think my closing statement was pretty
I hate you, Ray.
pretty solid.
I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, I do want to
also-
take
You
a
actually
moment.
wrote
though.
it. I didn't have you had a prepared statement.
He asked us like 4 hours ago if we wanted to prepare closing statements, and I was like, "Yeah," and you were just like, "Mer." Is that what happened there?
I got distracted.
That is how we've approached this whole time, right? Yes.
Yeah. I do want to take a moment though and congratulate both our attorneys. Great job, Ray. Great job, Greg.
Oh,
I mean,
Acceptable job,
Thank you.
Greg.
He played the character.
And you for stepping in, Donnie. You had some really good ones.
Yeah. Everybody did so much good work.
That was so
tonight.
much fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was I had a lot of fun.
Like, subscribe, jump in the comments, let us know what you think, and be sure to join us for Donnie's Humblewood adventure.
Yeah, and as well, keep an eye out. We've got, of course, as always, rave reviews on Wednesdays and Sundays, and I think next week we're going to start doing some painting streams as well for people into D&D miniature
Awesome.
painting and things like that. So lots of cool content. We're trying to diversify and hit as many of you as enjoy these kind of overlapping interests that we have as well.
Yeah, so join us Wednesdays and Sundays to watch me suck at video games instead of just lawyering. All right, well,
No,
played
did
the
a great
character.
job.
thank you, everybody. Good night, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thank you.
See ya.
Good night.